welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Like I said, we're continuing our health and nutrition theme from last year, and I have with me two individuals from Somae Health. Here on my far right, Cassie Myers. She is a mentor and coach, and then Jason Davis, Vice President. So thank you so much, both of you, for joining us this morning, and welcome to the show.
Thank you, absolutely.
Hey, it's great to have you here. So first, to start things off, there are so many approaches to health and to losing weight. How did Somae get started?
Somae was actually created by a group of doctors that were focused on, they looked out in the literature and in the studies to find out what are the most successful factors in helping people lose weight and keep it off long term. Mm-hmm. And they took the most successful factors and combined them into a single program to help people change their lifestyle for the long term.
Excellent. So what's the main focus of Somae? Because there's so many things that you can do, but what do you guys really focus in on?
Somae is based on teaching people a whole foods lifestyle that's doable by shopping at your own grocery store. Mm-hmm. Not, eating prepackaged meals or some magic pill or potion that's going to take the weight off. It's learning new habits and having a personal coach or mentor that can help you make those changes, because it's easy to get started, but it's tough to finish in making those lifestyle changes. That's a good
point. You're always kind of motivated at the beginning, but to finish it off and to get to that goal is sometimes takes a lot of effort. You might need some more help with that. So you kind of touched on it already, but what makes this plan different?
Well, some of the success factors that were revealed in the study of the literature are basically a focus on whole foods, foods that you can buy at your own grocery store and prepare yourself. Mm-hmm. And you're not dependent upon any prepackaged meals or anything like that. Number two is journaling and keeping track of what you're doing, because most of us operate on an autopilot, where the foods that we buy at the grocery store that we're throwing in the cart are foods that we've purchased and we've thrown in that cart hundreds of times before, and we're not making that decision every time we go to the grocery store. And same thing with going out to eat. We generally order the same groups of foods, and we do that on this autopilot mode. So by journaling, we raise our awareness of what we're doing on a daily basis, and that raising that awareness over an extended period of time helps us create a new healthy autopilot. And we have an online journaling system that allows clients to journal their weight and their food intake every day. And then the third key factor, and really the thing that sets us apart, is having a personal mentor who monitors that journal, can see what's happening in the relationship between the weight and the food intake, and help people make adjustments and customize their eating plan specific to them, to their metabolism and their lifestyle, so that they can succeed. And anytime you set a goal, even most of us, when we set a goal to go out and jog more or do some physical activity, if it's just ourselves involved, it's easy to put snooze on the alarm.
Because
and
you're
just
not accountable to anyone.
Right, exactly, and just go back to sleep. It's easy to let ourselves down, but when there's somebody else that we're accountable to, when we have that running partner or we have a mentor who is there keeping us accountable, we're much more likely to follow through. And that's what the whole program is based on, teaching a doable lifestyle and having a mentor there to help us through the pitfalls.
Excellent. So let's talk about some of the success that you guys have seen.
Absolutely. Cassie?
Well, I'm a mentor for the company, and so I've seen a lot of success. And I've seen it, range from small amounts of weight to large amounts of weight. And recently I had a client, Allison Collins from Texas, and we became good friends. And I mentored her, and she really used that accountability factor. I would call her on a regular basis. We would message back and forth. And in about 6 months, she lost 100 pounds.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And
that is impressive.
She is down to about 115, I believe, now. But that is, one specific case. And what I love about Somae is some people have 40 pounds to lose and some people have over 100 pounds to lose. Mm-hmm. And that's the good thing, is we take our general structure and we very much tailor it to the individual. And that's my job as a mentor.
That's so fantastic. You mentioned this is something that is tailored to the individual, because there's so many different programs and diets that they feel like, oh, do this and it fits everyone.
One size fits all.
It's very specific. Mm-hmm. It really is. So along with that, let's talk more about the mentoring portion. Mm-hmm. What can you expect, or what would that involve or demand from someone as far as having a mentor?
Well, usually when I work with a client, I'll be on the phone and I'll be talking to them, and over the weekend I always usually end my Friday call saying, and I'll be watching your journal, and so they know that they're being held accountable to someone, and that really helps. Before they go to eat something, they know, Cassie's going to be watching, and just that fact that someone is watching, I think really helps.
So let's talk more about the lifestyle change. I mean, and I'm sure in your coaching and mentoring, you get to see that firsthand. What is the difference between, just changing up a diet versus making it a lifestyle change?
I think in general, diets aren't sustainable. And that's why I always tell people coming in that it's a lifestyle change. It has to be something that you can honestly do for the rest of your life. And, I always joke with people and I say it's not that you can never eat another piece of cake ever again at all. It's doing it in the right way, in the right, portion, in moderation, and learning how to do that and learning how your body does that. So.
Very good. And along with that, Jason, you mentioned some drugs that have come out, and even more recently, the FDA has approved some diet drugs. This is not the track you guys take. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're very much opposed to thinking that a diet pill or a drug can fix a lifestyle problem. Because it's really habits that have been deeply ingrained and deeply entrenched, and the drug may help with a modest weight loss over a long period of time, but it doesn't address the lifestyle issue. And if you look at the fine print on those drugs, they achieve the weight loss that they do with diet and lifestyle changes as well. So why not just make the diet and lifestyle changes and dispense with the drug?
That's right. Let's discuss some of the studies that have been done and related to what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. So if there are a variety of studies. If you go look in the literature, and there are study after study after study that and the entire guidelines that our government has are based on whole foods. And if you eat whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean meats, whole grains, that lifestyle causes weight loss. And it's sustainable because you can purchase those foods at any grocery store, and you can maintain that on your own. And the studies that are out there regarding journaling are endless.
I have heard a lot about journaling.
Go talk to any nutritionist, dietitian, go to any university in the country and talk to their nutrition department. And it's not like some magic new science. You journal, and it makes a difference because it raises that level of awareness from subconscious to conscious.
Now, let's talk about some of the health conditions related to being overweight and obese, or obese, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a host of them. Some of the most prominent ones are type 2 diabetes, elevated cholesterol levels and triglyceride levels, very significant issues regarding heart health, acid reflux. Myself, I went on the Somae plan before I became an employee, and I lost 42 pounds, and I had to take a Prilosec every day for 12 years for acid reflux. Well, that was 2 years ago. I haven't had to take a Prilosec since. And that saves me $365 a year just in Prilosec.
Well, even further than that, you don't have that dependency anymore.
Right.
And how, I guess, freeing would that be to feel that way?
And that's probably when it boils down to everything, with what I have received from Somae in my personal life, is freedom. Freedom from that really an addiction to sugar and salt and fat. And freedom to be in control of my food choices, and get up in the morning and feel better, look in the mirror and like myself more, and
like to go shopping,
right?
Like to go swimsuit shopping.
It was a lot of fun after going through the plan and dropping 42 pounds to go to the store with my wife and go shopping for clothing, which had never been fun before. I can guarantee you that.
So men experience that too. So it's just not a woman thing.
At least this man did.
Yeah, no, I think that would be across the board.
I hear people all the time say that. I actually fit into my skinny clothes are too big for me. So then they go out and buy more clothes because that's how weight they lost. So
that's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. And so, Cassie, along with that, let's talk about just briefly maybe some general tips that you could give our viewers about things they can do. We talked about journaling, but is there a certain mindset or things that they can do daily to help them reach those goals?
I would probably say I would advise to do nothing extreme. That's what I love about Somae, is the fact that it's very much done in moderation. There's nothing extreme about it. It's a lifestyle change. They lose weight at a very good steady pace, so they're able to keep the weight off rather than regain it. We always do things. We have a couple suggestions where, you eat 5 meals a day because we want to keep that metabolism revved up. Don't eat late at night. I mean, the tips are endless, but that's something that I love about Somae is it's not extreme. It's normal. It's good, and you can keep it going for the rest of your life.
And along with that, I mean, it seems like this is, of course, for those who may be experiencing, severe health problems when it comes to weight and obesity. But is it also for someone who wants to lose 10, 20 pounds? Or what would you say?
I would say 30 or more, just
Okay.
because any kind of, like I said, we have a general outline and structure, but the mentor can tailor it specifically to them. That's why I could work with a client that lost 115 pounds, but I also always work with clients that have to lose 25, 30 pounds as well.
Excellent.
It's kind of for everybody.
That is. It really is. And not only, I mean, you could be perfectly fit and healthy, but, I mean, what you guys are talking about, like eating whole foods and healthier, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, really.
Definitely.
Right.
Excellent.
Well, not only does the scale go down, but you become healthier. And so many doctors have noticed that. So it really is for everybody, just a healthy lifestyle.
Part of our philosophy is that we as humans are basically a big bag of chemicals, and much of what happens inside of us, there's a chemical reaction involved, and foods are chemicals. And many of the processed foods and fast foods that we're eating are full of chemicals. We're putting them inside, and there are consequences and there are side effects of that. And we find that when our clients go on a whole foods lifestyle, that a lot of medical problems that they've been having suddenly clear up. And they didn't realize that it was related to the way that they were eating.
Wow. Well, Jason, Cassie, thank you so much for being with us this morning and sharing your thoughts and information. It's fascinating, really, what can be done if you really, have the help that you guys can provide. So where can people go to find out more information?
Go to somaehealth.com. It's SOMAE health.com.
All right, very good. Well, thanks very much. Be sure to check them out online. We'll be right back here with more on the Mountain Morning Show. We'll be talking with the Park City Chamber.